welcome to Business Growth School for Service Providers podcast. I'm your host Ali Salman, and this podcast is brought to you by Rapid Boost Marketing, online marketing for service providers. Are you a dentist, realtor, lawyer, accountant? Do you provide services locally? Then this podcast is for you. Here we share strategies, tricks, and techniques on how to generate more leads and sales using online marketing. Join us every day for 5 minutes and take away strategies which you can apply in your business. Guys, welcome to episode 189 of Business Growth School for Service Providers. I'm your host Ali Salman, and today's episode is, I think, one of the most important episodes in we have done over 180 episodes out there, but in this episode I'm basically sharing an exact framework I follow and take my clients through, each and every clients through. And basically this framework has been well thought out. It has been proven. It has been we keep continuously tweaking it. But end of the day, this is the framework each and every service provider we work with, we take them through. And why do we take them through this? Because it's proven, right? It works, and it's basically designed for a local service provider. So let's say if you're a dentist, lawyer, accountant, plumber, plastic surgeon, if you're providing services locally, end of the day, this is kind of a framework that can basically grow and help your business to scale, right? Because end of the day, you might be trying a lot of different things, right? You might be trying AdWords, SEO, this thing, that thing, but if you don't have a proper strategy and a proper process to follow, right, everything goes haywire, right? And guess what? What's the difference between bigger service firms and small guys, right? It's basically having a proper process to follow, right? Once you have a proper process to follow, you can take it, run with this process, right? So in today's episode, we are basically talking about the first three steps, the first three critical steps of the 7-step framework for online marketing and growing and scaling your business and service-based business specifically, right? So let's talk about the first one, right? So the first one is, drum rolls, market positioning, right? So what do I mean by market positioning? So let me give you certain names, right? And right away, there's a certain brand perception comes in your mind. Hyundai, Kia, Toyota, Lexus, Lamborghini, right? Porsche. All of these names, when I said that, right away, there's certain kind of vehicle, certain kind of brand comes in your mind. Now, let's say if you're a local realtor, and when you say, if someone asks you, what do? You say, hey, you know what? I sell homes. There is no differentiation there. So like the example I gave you before, like cars, right? You need to make sure as a local service provider, you're really standing out. There's actually a book by Seth Godin, and he talks about being the purple cow. What does he mean by that? When you have such a local crowded marketplace, when you have 5,000 realtors who you are competing against, maybe 300 dental clinics you're competing against, or 100 plus plumbing companies you're competing against, right? End of the day, your market positioning is very important. Who you are as a person, as a company, what people perceive about your brand. Are you cheap? Are you tech savvy? Do you basically have a 24-hour service? How do you stand out? What makes you really, really, really different, right? And you will see on the screen that there's different automotive chart, and also there is an example of real estate brokerages, right? They are a classic example, right? That there's old school brokerages Remax and realty executives. They are basically old, and there's new kind of a real estate websites who are basically positioning it differently. So if I ask you as a dentist, as a plumber, as an accountant, right? Okay, how do you differentiate? What is your market positioning? Why should I work with you? And this is the first step in any business before you even go and market it out there. Because you know what, when people come on your website, right? Okay, and when they're deciding to choose between 2-3 other options, why they should work with you? What's the compelling reason? What makes you different, right? than your competition out there. That's what will help you market position, right? So make sure, go through your company, right? Grow through your service, like your company. Really try to understand that how do you position yourself? I give you an example, right? Maybe you're an HVAC company, right? And what you do is, you give lifetime warranty on your products, right? And what you do is you have a 24-hour service, right? And you also have emergency service. So now those are some of the things are really helping you determine your market position, right? Because you're trying to position yourself around really customer service, right? Okay. um, so you can take different dimensions in market position. There's like as a plumber, right? What you can do is basically following the old school model, right? That per hourly charge, you basically say, hey, you know what, I'm going to charge per job, right? So it doesn't matter if it takes us 3 hours, it takes us 2 hours, we're going to charge per job. So that will determine your market position. So without market positioning, whenever you do marketing, right, whenever you do lead generation, most of the times it's bound to be failed, it's heading for failure, because there's no differentiation there, right? Like you are an apple among 500 other apples out there, so you don't stand out, right? And like when your potential customers compare you, there's no compelling reason for them to work with you rather than John, Kim, Ali stand out there, right? So number one thing is market position. Let's talk about the second thing. So once you have your market position, this is called home base. What do I mean by home base? Home base is your website. This is one thing which is really, really, really important. I cannot put the emphasis on how important your website is, right? And you will see on the screen that what an average website does and what a really good website does. What do I mean by that? It's you have a salesperson online who sucks, right? Like who's lazy, right? Traffic, right? Traffic is people. Like you keep sending people to him, right? You keep sending people to him, and guess what? He's lazy. He's not really converting them, right? So that's like an average website for you. If you have a really, really, really good website, it's that salesperson who never lets the good deal or good customer walk out without a deal, right? This is like that, a salesperson. That's how your website should be online. So home base is your website is a platform you control. You don't control your Facebook, you don't control your Twitter, you don't control your Instagram. Those channels are all channels to bring in traffic, but home base, your website, is something you control, right? And this is where you make money. This is where you convert the traffic into a lead, into a customer, right? So make sure that without you even do your marketing, without even touch your marketing, right? Like around traffic generation and all those kind of things, make sure your home base is in excellent shape, right? It's in the best shape, right? It's like you're going for Olympics, right? And you are basically an Olympian. You're getting ready, right? You have six packs. You're all ready to hit the ground. This is how you should treat your website. Most important part of your business, right? Especially in today's day and age. Number 3, right? Well, search engine domination. So search engine domination, what do I mean by that? Search engines combined, Google and Bing, are the biggest traffic generators when we take internet traffic as a whole, right? Companies let's say AT&T and Rogers and Big Shaw, the company which are basically supplying internet, right? They basically track the traffic data, and search engines generate the biggest amount of traffic out there. So you can there's a reason that after a website, right away you have seen search engine. Why? Because search engines are the biggest traffic generators out there, guys. It has a tremendous opportunity for you, right? And the reason they are really, really powerful is on search engines, people come to you rather than on social media. You actually go and chase someone, right? So on search engines, it's you're looking for a dentist, you're looking for an accountant. You simply go online, you just type in accountant, your city name, or maybe just an accountant, and it shows you the best results, right? This is why search engines are really, really powerful. And should be the first channel as a local service provider you should be paying attention to. I will repeat again. This is as a marketing channel. If you have an option, you have a limited budget, you don't have a lot of money to play with, right? Search engine domination
paid and organic both. This is where you will find your customer. This is where you should be getting your first dollar, right? Okay, so these are the first 3 steps. I'm going to bring you the next 4 steps in the next episode. Stay tuned, guys. Give me feedback, right? And go and check out show notes, right? We try to include a lot of examples there, and all those things you can access at rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. Comment on it wherever you're watching this video. I love to hear your feedback. And if you have a topic, if you want us to talk about something, right, write to us, and we
Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to listen to previous episodes, go to rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. Again, I'll repeat that, rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. I'll catch you tomorrow bright and early with another business growth lesson. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.